Good morning, Storm fans. Bryant Cook, and today we are playing Ad Nauseam Combo in Modern. Thank you to Josh Adams, who submitted this donation deck. Josh was the winner of a contest I posted to Twitter where I asked, what deck am I recording with tonight? And Josh guessed their favorite Magic the Gathering deck, Ad Nauseam Combo in Modern. So Josh resubmitted the same deck. So when I played this deck a few weeks ago, the biggest thing that I found was that it wasn't fast enough for their current Modern metagame. It was just too slow, and I thought that it needed a way of being sped up. Well, Josh is taking a different approach. Josh has added in Thassa to slow the opponents down, which immediately, once I saw the deck list, I thought that makes a lot of sense. Because it's so hard to speed decks up, where slowing your opponents down is probably a little bit easier. So this main deck is actually pretty close to what I recorded with 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago at this point. So when we look at the deck list, we have the basic planes. This is a card I'm a little bit concerned with because now we have more 1 black mana spells than we do white. So maybe this should be a swamp in my opinion, but this Clearwater Pathway does flip for black and not white. I could be wrong here, but I think that maybe this wants to be a swamp. And then we go through the list. And there's only 3 Phyrexian Unlife because there's a 4th copy of Ad Nauseam. I'm sorry, a 2nd copy of Ad Nauseam. Just woke up, forgive me. And what this deck list is lacking was the additional cantrips. There's no sleight of hands in this list, instead we have 4 Thoughtseize. Other than that, this list is almost identical. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room with this deck, to be honest. A thought that I did have that I haven't tried because I don't play this deck that often is, what if you ran no cantrips? What if instead of running Serum Visions, you ran Wishclaw Talisman? Because this deck is essentially just like 2-card Monty, or sometimes even 3-card Monty. So what if you just ran all tutors? It's a thought. I don't know how good it is, but it exists. So it would also give you more things to do on turn 2. It's just an idea. But maybe no Serum Visions, just because, I don't know, I found the cantrips to be one of the worst things about this deck, if I'm being honest. And then if we go to the board, Josh is opting to run green cards. So we have 2 copies of Veil of Summer, 2 Decay, 2 Trophy. We can really only cast those off City Brass, Gemstone Mines, and Pented Prisms, and maybe Reflecting Pool. I don't know how much I like the green cards personally. I feel like Veil of Summer and Leyline almost do the same thing, but I could be wrong. Veil of Summer can come in against blue decks where Leyline can't, so that is one benefit. Spell Pierce, Echoing Truth, Slaughter Pact. So this is pretty similar to what we ran previously. I'm excited to play it today. Hopefully Josh's list is better than the list I ran 2 weeks ago. Maybe I'll mess up less. I know that I punted a lot in that league, and if you're interested in watching that league, you can do it in the card above. Yeah. And if you'd like to support this content like Josh did, you can subscribe. It's the easiest way of supporting the Epic Storm YouTube channel. And if you're already subscribed, to like and comment. And if you would like to go that extra step further, we now have memberships. So you can become a member of the channel. The first tier is unlocking sweet, sweet badges and emotes. And then from there, you gain more things like half-off donation decks, even a full donation deck. And then plenty of other sweet perks. So make sure you check out that information down below. The join button is right next to the subscribe button. And, you know, I would greatly appreciate it. All that good stuff. And if you're looking to support us in any other way, we do have donation decks, which is what Josh did. This is a donation deck. Thank you to Josh. And you can also just go directly to theepicstorm.com/shop. Pick up your token pack, card singles, pint glasses, t-shirts, pens, playmats, everything. We've got it. Go check out the Epic Storm shop. It'd be a great thing to do. That's my intro. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's Ad Nauseam some people in another format. I'm used to casting this card in Legacy, less so in Modern. Hopefully we crush today. We have Veil of Summer, Ad Nauseam, Veil of Summer. We just need those Wishclaw Talismans, obviously. Anyway, I'm done talking. See you in round number 1. Welcome to round number 1. We're facing, I'm not going to even try to say their name, but they're on Obosh Red. And we've opened up an interesting hand. If we hit the second land on turn 2, this hand is going to be amazing. The question is if we hit it. I think I'm going to keep this and just hope to draw into the land by turn 2. We still have Lotus Bloom, so maybe we can cast Ad Nauseam on time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this seems fine. I'm just going to hit F6, actually. Alright, so not Obosh red. Maybe land destruction? That's what this is looking like to me. LD. Pact of Negation, not ideal. Let's suspend that. And pass the turn. So land destruction, blood moon, all that stuff seems likely here. Okay. Yeah, upgrading that land. Umbop. Hansen. Alright, so they have one card in hand? Okay. Can we just hit that land here, please? Land. We missed. I think I'm just going to pass. I could like Spoils of the Vault for a land, but that doesn't feel right. And I also have to like guess the land that's closest to being on top. I still think this hand was a keep. I just didn't happen to draw the land. Alright, so they have a bunch of mana. They could put Obosh to their hand here. That's what they're going to do. Alright, so they still have 3 mana. Blood Moon's on the table. Bloodbraid maybe. Alright, so they just have Obosh. So their hand was just all mana and Obosh. So that means we have a little bit of time, assuming that I can just draw a land. Okay, Lotus Bloom. I guess I can cast Serum Visions here where I couldn't cast a Witchclaw. And there's some lands. Put these on top. Okay. We're just going to pass the turn now to our opponent. Obosh is only going to make those creatures deal a few damage next turn. So we don't need to be overly concerned. It's the other cards in the deck that I'm personally worried about. They have a bunch of mana though, so if they draw anything dangerous, they can cast it. So they can tap the forest for 6 mana with the Arbor Elf. They have a total of 10 mana, so it's Obosh plus another 5-drop. Wood Elves, that's a blast from the past. I used to play that card in Standard. Yeah, also in a red-green deck. Man, what a throwback. Okay, and here comes the Obosh. And I'm guessing our opponent just lost out on 2 extra damage that turn, I believe. Because they could have attacked with the Arbor Elf. And it would have dealt more damage. Sure. Okay, so now we're drawing a land. This is coming off suspend. Cast. And I think what I want to do here is on their end step, I'm going to Spoils for like Angel's Grace. White-black, Pinted Prism. And I can Pact of Negation, which is interesting. So next turn, if I Spoils end step for Angel's Grace. Trying to think. So that's 5 mana. Yeah, I would have enough. Assuming that, like, it also depends on how much lower my life total gets here. Yeah, because now I'm at 7. So I think I'm supposed to just untap and draw the gemstone, because it's 1 less life that I lose. And then here we have the mana for Ad Nauseam. Suppose of all Angel's Grace Oracle. So I just need to hit Angel's Grace. Yep. Here goes nothing. Angel's Grace. Bummer. Yeah, Spoils of the Vault. Brings me back to losing games as a kid, just dying to your own spoils. That was unfortunate. Do we think that red-green has anything I care about? Well, these packs are pretty bad. We can probably get rid of those. Bring in Echoing Truth and maybe like Spell Pierce. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't know if we want the Decays or not. Slaughter Pact is fine. I don't know. Maybe I just got punished by my keep that game. Who knows? But we're on the play for game number 2. This land is garbage. Why are we playing this? Okay. I think I'm going to bottom Thoughtseize. or spoils? Let's do spoils, I guess. Because we just need Angel's Grace for the combo with Ad Nauseam, so maybe we don't want 2 spoils, especially when we have City of Brass and Thoughtseize. I don't know. Gemstone was good. Suspend. So the question is whether or not you Thoughtseize next turn. If you play Pented Prism or Profane Tutor. A lot of questions here. Part of me thinks that I'm just supposed to play Pented Prism. Actually, I can play Pented Prism on the turn after I suspend. I think it's probably best to suspend here. And then next turn I can play Pented Prism. Because that way I just get the card a turn faster. Alright, so you have your 3 mana. Am I seeing a Blood Moon now? Yep. Alright, so we can still play Pented Prism for 1. That is an option. Alright, Profane Tutor and draw. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna hang on to the Thoughtseize. I could burn it. Maybe I was supposed to keep spoils. So next turn we're getting Lotus, and we're going to have 7 mana. So we can cast Ad Nauseam, and what's it called? Angel's Grace, but we don't have blue to win with Oracle. Ah. Okay. Rick Sage. So I wonder what I'm supposed to tutor for then. Okay, so I believe this is coming off suspend this turn, and it is. So what do I get with this Profane Tutor? I mean, let's cast it. You're probably like screaming at your monitor the correct answer here, and I just don't know. Part of me wonders if like a value Ad Nauseam play next turn is right. But the problem is I just don't have the mana. We have 1 island. I guess I could get Echoing Truth. Yeah. Let's get Echoing Truth. See if I draw a land here. A land would actually make this super easy. Okay. So we're going to take 4 going to 12. Yeah, I'm probably not winning this. So my thought was if I drew a land, I could add red mana, and then Echoing Truth, and then tap Gemstone Mine and the other land Ad Nauseam. Alright, well I'm going to cast Ad Naus. We like have to hit the basic island here, plus the other part of the combo. Yeah, we're just dead. Yep. Sweet. Alright, so we are now 0-1. Can we do better this round? Let's find out. We're on the draw. I've opened up Profane Tutor and Serum Visions. This, I don't know how I feel about keeping hands without combo pieces, but Josh, I will say this. I do not like Reflecting Pool. Let's please get that card out of our deck. I just don't think it's great. I understand that when you have Gemstone Mine or City, it's perfect. But, I'm just not a big fan. I guess we keep this. And I'm going to hit F6. Our opponent's gone to 5, so they're likely on Eldrazi-tron. Let's start off on Visions. Get rid of this Pact. And I don't think we want land 4, so let's bottom that. Next turn, likely playing City of Brass into suspend Profane Tutor. Okay. Ouch. I like how the trigger's black border, but the card isn't. Okay. So next turn we're probably suspending another Profane Tutor. Maybe we'll play Pented Prism. I don't know. Alright, so they have Tron. What's it going to be? You might be thinking like, Bryant, why are you F6? You have Pact of Negation. I can't cast this card. And it's definitely Eldrazi-tron. I don't know anything. It's Dice Factory. Karn. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't play Pented Prism. Chooses Chalice of the Void. That was just not very nice of you. Alright, so this Profane Tutor does not matter anymore. And I mentioned this in my last video, but, like, why are we not playing Prismatic Ending? Like, I don't know. I guess we're running these cards instead. But, like, Prismatic Ending just makes so much sense to me. So I guess we play Phyrexian Unlife. Because if we draw spoils next turn, we just win. Okay. Spoils of the Vault. I choose you. So yeah, this would appear to just be like a Dice Factory style deck. Like, I don't hate the idea of playing the main deck Thoughtseize. I think that's pretty good. But, like, Prismatic Ending just seems like a no-brainer to me. Uh-oh. Our opponent might be going off here. Okay. Yep, they're doing the thing. So Mystic Forge is hidden behind my sideboard at the moment. This is going to be good for our opponent. Because they can just keep on using Mystic Forge to it untaps, so they can cast likely their whole library here. I think it's going to be sweet, so I'm going to sit here and allow this to happen. I'm going to try to narrate as it happens so it doesn't get clipped. But they're playing a Surge node, so they can just keep on adding counters onto their Everflowing Chalice. It's essentially just like tap for infinite mana. Yeah. Another Needle. Abandoned Reason. Nice name. I like it. What else are you going to do? Is it even possible? I guess if they hit land, they could theoretically fizzle. That's just assuming that they have a dead card in hand already, which might not even be true. Okay, another Everflowing Chalice. Countered by their own Chalice. How's it feel, genius? Okay. Certainly getting to do their thing here. Ugin. Map. So now they have a shuffle effect. Alright. I'm just going to go to the next game. I don't really want to sit here through this. Okay, so we're down a game. We need to get this. I'm going to board in Trophy. We probably want Decay this. We do not want these Pact of Negations. Probably want Spell Pierce. That seems like a good card here. And hate me, I don't care. I'm going to board out Serum Visions. It just doesn't seem like a card we really can afford to be playing. Like, everything in this deck is a combo piece or stops our opponent from winning. So that's what we're trying to do here. One land. If we drew running lands, this hand would be amazing, but I think it's a little bit of a tall ask. Sure. Guess we put like one Reflecting Pool on the bottom. You could keep, like, in theory, you could keep Gemstone Mine double Reflecting Pool, but then never tap this the third time or else these lose. Or you could keep City of Brass double pool. That's probably slightly better. Alright, let's just spend this. Thoughtseize. I hate this trigger. It's so obnoxious. Alright, Thoughtseize. Ugh. I can decay this, so I think I'm going to take... I could also just, like, keep them off Tron. I don't know. I don't know. Urza's mine. Auto yield to this. Okay, so I guess the card we're hoping to draw is Ad Nauseam, because right now we have no combo pieces, so Ad Nauseam would be the best card to draw. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Ad Nauseam. Womp womp. All lands. Pass the turn. Alright, they're just going to use map here, get Urza land and pass. The problem is we're just so far behind. Maybe we could win this game if we drew Ad Nauseam right now. That could be a possibility. Alright, so we're going to cast this. I guess it's not a land. Silver Lining. We're just so far away from this being a useful card. Okay. Do you have the third Urza piece? No is the answer. Overflowing Chalice, okay. So next turn we can tutor. Yikes. Play a land, pass the turn. Okay, so now their Chalice taps for 2. On their turn, they can make it tap for 3. And when it taps for 3, they can play Ugin the Ineffable. I don't know if that's what they're doing here. They have Karn. Sort of unfortunate. But ultimately, I don't know if that card matters a whole lot. Like, they could just try to combo kill us next turn. That is a possibility. But with our Profane Tutor, I'm going to get Ad Nauseam and cast it on their end step. And then untap and try to win. I guess one thing about this list that Josh added in a second Ad Nauseam, which is like nice for naturally drawing it. But when you're in these situations where you need to Ad Nauseam the hard way, I guess is what I'm trying to say here, is you can't afford to flip the other Ad Nauseam. So maybe in that sense, one Ad Nauseam is correct. I'm just guessing here. I don't have a ton of experience with this deck. I'm just making some observations. I know that I'm not crazy about the green in the list. It just doesn't seem necessary to me. I do like the addition of Thoughtseize, though. But I would like to see some prismatic endings in this deck. That's for sure. And I'd like to see at least one in the main deck. Alright, so let's grab Ad Nauseam here. So if I play the city, I could hypothetically cast Spell Pierce on this upcoming turn. Sure. Alright, so we do have 2 Spell Pierce in our deck, and if I need to counter a Paradox Engine, it's possible. There it is. So we likely want to hit the Spell Pierce in here. So we have to stay at least at 2 life. Did I not float enough black mana? Oh no! I'm an idiot. I didn't tap correctly, and now City's not letting me untap. So I have to take the extra 1 damage up front. Bryant, you are so stupid. Alright, we'll just flip Spell Pierce to make up for it. It's fine. Alright. Spell Pierce. Going to 3. So if I keep on going, our lands won't work. We have Unlife that kills us. We have 1 more Ad Nauseam. I believe that's it. 2 Unlifes, 1 Ad Nauseam. But we won't need the cities next turn. Alright, I'm just going to stop there. We did not flip the Spell Pierce, so if our opponent kills us here, they kill us here. Alright. Come on, Karn person. Cornucopia, so now Overflowing Chalice untaps. Alright, so what they want is a Mystic Forge, and they can get it with the Inventor's Fair. I don't care about your Ensnaring Bridge. But they can get Mystic Forge with the Fair eventually. So they'd have 1 mana floating here. So they just don't have enough to activate Fair for Forge yet. They already have the Forge. So we're probably dead here. We really needed to hit the Spell Pierce. And they have a Search with the Fair, so we're probably just dead. I'm going to sit here and allow it to happen, though. I mean, it's for the match. We have the win if we untap. I just don't think we're going to get to. So they have a pair of Core Tappers. And on every artifact spell they tap, they can pay life, exile with Mystic Forge. So it's just like easy for them. How they fizzle is they reveal 2 lands in a row off Mystic Forge. But even then, they have Inventor's Fair as a shuffle. And now they have a Chalice of the Void. So I think they're supposed to Chalice on 2 here. What are they chalicing for? 0? Sure. So how they lose once again is they reveal 2 lands in a row to Mystic Forge. Oh, I didn't realize they still had their current activation. They just get Walking Ballista here, right? So they were just like showboating this entire time. I didn't realize that. Okay, sure, you got it. We are 0-2. Womp womp. Alright, round number 3, and we are on the play. This seems like a fine Magic the Gathering hand. Let's keep. So, we do have turn 1 Thoughtseize, into turn 2 Suspend Profane Tutor, into turn 3 Suspend Profane Tutor, and if we had a land on our first 2 draw steps, we can actually cast a Vision somewhere in the middle as well. Thoughtseize. Burn, yikes. I think we're supposed to take the Swift Spear. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, that was a tough decision. We need lands, so like giving them Goblin Guide seems okay. I don't know. Or letting them keep Goblin Guide seems okay. There's the guide. Land. Angel's Grace, okay. I mean, I'll take it. Alright, so now we're going to suspend. So we're unlikely to cast Ad Nauseam this game, so we're all in on the Angel's Grace, Thassa's Oracle Spoils combo. The question is, can we make it happen before our opponent kills us? So here they're probably going to go Bolt, Skewer, Attack, and then we'll be at 7. Ooh, another guide. I think we're just dead. This would also be another matchup where Prismatic Ending would be an all-star. Pact of Negation. Ugh. Yeah, we're at 8. What are we doing? Like, I can't win this. Alright, just like that. We had turn 1 Thoughtseize, was not good enough. This just feels so bad, but I guess we get ley lines. Those are good here. We don't want Pact, I know that. Honestly, I don't know if we want these Thoughtseizes either. Maybe we... I don't know if these are cards we want. Part of me wonders like how much better these are than Fatal Pushes, if I'm being honest. Like, Push is just more versatile is the main thing. And like, these are kind of clunky. I don't know if I actually want those. Let's try this, I guess. Alright, we're on the play. We've opened up Leyline, but no land. Second land. That is one thing I've noticed about this list, by the way, is without the extra cantrips, the one-landers are a lot more scary. I think we're supposed to ship it. Okay, I guess we're keeping this. And now we put Leyline into play. And Visions. I mean, I guess we keep these. Let's see how it goes. Vantage. Okay, not Goblin Guide. I put the land on top in case of Goblin Guide, and it just didn't pan out for us. Alright, so I'm going to cast Visions again. You could play Oracle as a blocker, but I don't think that's actually what this matchup is about. We're going to bottom these. We don't want those. And Visions. I think we're too far away from Profane Tutor. The Pented Prism would allow us to hardcast Ad Nauseam. I don't know if that's a winning strategy, but it exists. Need to hope that the Leyline just slows their opponent down enough. Eidolon. Yep. I don't think it's going to be enough if I'm being honest. So I'm going to take 2 here and play the Prism. And pass the turn. So we're taking a minimum of 3 here, and then on their next end step we can cast Ad Nauseam, in which we'll need to flip Angel's Grace above 2 life. It's just a lot to ask for. Alright, so we'll need to flip it above 4 life now. That's how we win this. So next turn we're taking at least 5. So we actually have very few looks for this Ad Nauseam to hit. So we're taking at least 5 here, going to 8. And then in those 4 life that we have to work with, we have to flip Angel's Grace and Spoils. Oh, they had Flame Rift. We're just dead. Just dead. 03. All right. We are facing my podcast co-host, Phil Gallagher. I don't know what Phil's playing, but we're on the draw. I would like to get this for pride. Josh, make your deck list good enough to beat Phil, please. We just need a Spoils of the Vault for this hand to win. I'm going to keep it. We're on the draw. Anything could happen. Let's see if we can get the job done here. I would love to beat Phil. Blooming Marsh, that probably means Thoughtseize. Cookbook. Okay. Let's throw Phil off our tracks. Let's make Phil think that we're playing a fair Match of the Gathering deck. What's so dangerous about Basic Plains? Okay, so Phil is playing Hell's Kitchen by the looks of it. Okay. It's pretty good. Gets any creature? I thought it's not even green? That's dumb. That is real dumb. We have a turn 3. As long as I get to untap, we have the turn 3. Oh my. Josh, I think it's happening. I don't want to jinx it, but I think it's happening. I'm nervous. I think we're actually going to get the turn 3 win. It's pretty rare with this deck. Phil, don't you mess this up. I don't care about that. Yep. Okay. And we've got it. With Pack backup. We're going to name Grape Shot. Woot woot. Heyo. And Phil can kill our Oracle, but it doesn't matter. Phil could sacrifice 2 foods to the Asmo and then kill Oracle. Yep. Doesn't matter, Philly. Doesn't matter. And we've gotten our first game win. Josh, it's happened. I hope you're happy. I know that I'm happy about finally getting a turn 3. Let's see if we can steal a post-board game. Probably want these Veil Summers and these Ley Lines. Get rid of these packs. Still need 3 more cards. Probably don't want Thoughtseize against food because they put some of their own cards to the graveyard. Doesn't seem great. And then maybe let's board it in an Echoing Truth. Yeah, I'd love to see what this deck looks like. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it at the end of this video, what I would recommend. Not that Josh's list is bad. It's just like, I think you can get by on just being Esper now due to Prismatic Ending. You're not going to need Decays or Veils. I really don't like Reflecting Pool. It's just, it makes your one-landers really bad. I do like the addition of main deck Thoughtseize. I think that's good. I want one main deck Prismatic Ending as like an out. Because it's also just like a super versatile card. And it costs 1. Like the downside is just like really slim. Especially when you're running things like Profane Tutor. Alright, we're going to draw Ad Nauseam. That's what's going to happen here. Are you ready? We're going to draw Ad Nauseam and then just like hard cast it with infinite mana already in play. Phil's going to 5 cards. 5-card Gallagher is what they call him, so don't get too comfortable. Burn Catacombs. Okay. And the cookbook. So we're going to start off by just suspending our Lotus Bloom so we don't mess up. And we drew the third prismatic, or pentaprism. Yikes. Okay. Daredevil. So Phil has the Daredevil cookbook combo out of the gate. Alright, another food. Turn 2 Asmo. Yeah. I mean, this is a terrific 5-card hand for Phil. No complaints. Alright, and another cookbook. I guess this gets cookbook. That would make sense. That's how Magic the Gathering works. Okay, this gets Ad Nauseam eventually. Take it. So, Phil, I'm going to attempt to murder you within the game of Magic the Gathering. You need to beat me before I do that. So, good luck. I would really like a win, Josh. So, if you can make your deck cooperate just a little bit more, I would appreciate that. Okay, 3 cards in hand. We know one of them is a Daredevil. Yeah, okay, which is Oven. I was worried it was Nettlecast. That would have been very bad for us. Alright, we're going to play Pentaprism this turn. I think we're supposed to play another Pentaprism too. Because it just basically stores this mana for an extra turn. But it is not good to play the third Pentaprism. That is storing no mana and it's just card disadvantage. I mentioned this in the first Ad Nauseam video, but a young Bryant Cook used to love Pentaprism. Played it a lot in the standard Cart Clan Ironworks deck. Deck was sweet. Turn 1 Chrome Mox, Artifact Land, Pentaprism. Turn 2 KCI. Actually, the ideal turn 1 was you would play Pentaprism into Talisman and a Thoughtcast. And then turn 2 you would play KCI into Mirror Incubator, sacrifice everything into Mirror Incubator, into Goblin Charter Belcher. I think I played that deck for like months, and I only ever got one turn 2 win in Standard. But it was really sweet. Alright, and Phil is doing the food thing. Come on, Philly. I'm not afraid of your food. Okay, we're at 14. Cast. 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 Get that Ad Nauseam light card. Uh-oh! Josh, you did it for me. I'm so grateful. We were gonna get to smush Phil's face. Get out of here, Phil. Get out of here. Just go. Hold that 3 key. Say yes. Keep saying yes. Go to negative infinite. Or like negative 60 or something. Whatever our converter mana cost actually is. And it appears it is 41. I'm revealing, but it's not letting me stop. Alright, so just turns out the secret was I need to take my hand off the yes key. And now we just play Thassa's Oracle, and Phil is going to Hell's Kitchen. Get out of here, Phil. Go back to your podcast. Go. Skedaddle. We're now 1-3. Let's see if we can get match number 5. The final match. Match number 5, and we are on the play. Good hand. Keep. Okay, so our opponent's taking a mulligan. The red beam. Or just red beam. I added in the... But the plan here is we're going to play turn 1 Seachrome, turn 2 Profane Tutor, turn 3 Penta, turn 4 Win. Okay. Verdant Catacombs. Is this Hell's Kitchen again? It might just be Jund. Dark Slick is a good draw. Alright, let's suspend. So we can play the Pentaprism next turn, and that gives us what we need to win on turn 3. That said, if the Pentaprism gets blown up, any land will do in the next 2 turns. I guess any untapped land will do in the next few turns. Mishra's Bauble. So this just looks like Jund to me. not anything else. So we can probably safely assume this is just Jund, maybe Jund Shadow. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. Another Tomb is interesting. I don't think we care about that. Whatever, Voidwalker. Okay. And another Pented Prism. So we're going to do what we did last round, which is storing this mana into another Pented Prism. Because even if one of them is blown up, we would still have enough to win on the following turn. Alright, so this just guarantees that extra mana. We just need to be able to untap Unscathed from the Voidwalker deck. Could just be black-green. They might not be using the red from Hierarch. Who knows? You're dead! You are dead! DD. Dead. Shouldn't have talked before their land drop, because they could still play a 1 black sorcery. But dead! No! I spoke too soon. Oh, that's a bummer. We're just getting ad nauseam now, but spoke too soon. Classic mistake. Okay. Alright, we're gonna cast this, go get ad nause. What are you doing? Okay. We'll get ad nauseam. And then we're just going to cast ad nauseam on their end stop. So we're taking at least 6 damage this turn, going to 10. We're looking to reveal a white card and then like Spoils of the Vault. I guess they can sacrifice their clues, putting us to 8. Urborg. Alright, so they're going to sacrifice a clue to pump up their tracker. I'm going to yield to this ability and to the clue so I don't have to click again because I am lazy. Alright, so 7 damage. Will they make it 8? And 8 damage. So we're going to 8. This ad nauseam. Not quite the same as Legacy, where we can cast it from a higher life total. There's also another ad nauseam in the deck. Kind of risky. I do think 1 ad nauseam in your 60 is probably correct for that reason. Otherwise, it's just a lot of damage. Okay, and now we can add some black mana here. Add a black. Nause. Spoils is a good one. That does it. Draw 2. That's all we needed. We just needed a Night's Whisper. Right? We're actually 1 mana short. We need 1 more mana. Alright, that does it. Okay. So remove for a white. Unlife. Spoils. And we will name Peer into the Abyss. Oh, there's no Peer in our deck. Unlucky. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Alright, we've taken game 1 over this black-green Void Winnower deck. Probably want these ley lines. Get rid of the Thoughtseizes. Don't really want the packs. The Veil seems decent. And we have a random one of... Let's do Echoing Truth as our generic catch-all. Smash that submit button. Once again, if you want to stay up to the date on your latest combo content, open up the description down below. We have 7 fantastic social channels for you to join. I would recommend the Discord, but make sure you check out all of them. They're all terrific in their own way. Just join us. Be a part of the Combo Cabal. Okay. We've opened up triple ley line. I'm not going to keep that. But this one seems pretty good. Keep. I don't think... I think Visions is honestly the worst card in this hand. We just need to draw a land and this hand wins. This gets Oracle, and all we have to do is draw a land. Womp womp. Okay. Give me a land. They Inquisition themselves, okay. I guess that makes sense, because it makes their Goyf bigger. So all they do, like the only thing they have going on is this big dumb beater. So we just have to draw a land now, so we can suspend this in time. Ugh. Why, Dak? Why? They Meyer. So they have Fatal Push and one unknown. Alright, so not a land. They were never casting Ad Nauseam, so that's fine. Taking 4 here. Okay. So we just have to survive 2 more turns. And then victory and the 2-3 will be ours! Each player discards a card. We can afford to get rid of this. And then next turn, the Lotus Bloom comes off suspend. If we draw Oracle, we win immediately. Otherwise, we just discard whatever our draw step was, so that way we can keep our combo pieces together. Alright, Goyf getting in there. Going to 12. Alright, so we should be able to cast Bloom here. Okay. Draw. Alright, so like I said, we need to hang on to this to discard to the Liliana, and then we win on our next turn. So our opponent can attack for 4 at the moment. That doesn't matter. Sure. I'm just going to have 6 through the rest of this turn, and then we have it on our turn as long as I don't mess it up. Alright, Profane Tutor. Let's search for Thassa's Oracle. Get my mouse over here where I can't misclick on something else. Draw. Alright, so you want to tap this for white. Angel's Grace. Spoils. Let's name... Ignite Memories. And then Oracle. You could cause yourself... I guess you could Serum Visions there. Because Grace says you can't lose. Okay, opponent? Okay. So we have gotten the 2-3. And then in between rounds, I put together what I would suggest for this deck. So a little bit different from Josh's list. And Josh, truly, thank you for your donation deck and being a part of the combo community. But this is what I would play. No green. I really like the idea of the Thought Seizes, but I think they're probably better off in the board. I did feel like our hands were a little bit clunky, and I feel like the cantrips could help smooth that out, especially with hitting your additional land drops. I cut the basic plains. Part of the reason why is I don't feel like we need it. Like, there's no fetch land, so, like, sure, I guess for, like, Cleansing Wildfire, it's nice to have one basic or whatever. But you really want your lands to tap for blue, so that way you can cast them off Visions. For that reason, a 4th Seachrome Coast. 2 more Pathways. They are black mana sources, so when you're boarding in, you know, your Thought Seizes or Spell Pierce, they're live. Yeah, and then a main deck Prismatic Ending over the 3rd Pact. Pact is routinely the worst card in the main deck in my experience. So -1 of those, +1 answer. Plus it gives you a little bit more flexibility post-board, and it opens up some sideboard space. 4th copy of Unlife back. I think you only want 1 Ad Nauseam in your deck. I know that like drawing it more often is nice, but you never want to reveal the other to the first. So that's why I would have this configuration. I really like the ley lines, and then the thought seizes, as I mentioned. Prismatic Ending just seems like an upgrade to Slaughter Pact. I'd rather lose 1 life on Ad Nauseam and have a more versatile card. So this is what I would play if I were to run Ad Nauseam on my own. Yeah, so that's my suggestion. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and the second deck tech. I will put both deck lists in the link. Josh's list and Bryant's suggestions, they'll be labeled. Yeah, cheers. Keep storming. Have a great day. See ya. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.